What is up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about my problems with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now, I am aware this game hasn't been too satisfactory for most people. This is probably because I'd say it's worse than Wildlands. I didn't have as much fun playing this as I played Wildlands. I've around 250 hours in this game now, so I think I'm well equipped um, to talk about it due to just how long I've played this game for. I've completed episodes 1, 2 and 3, the whole of Conquest mode. I've nearly collected every collectible. I'm just in the process of completely finishing the game, all collectibles, all investigations, etc. But there's some real reasons why I'm not having as much fun playing this as I did have playing Wildlands, and a lot of it is the reused and sort of unoriginal gameplay mechanics they've added. Well, not added, I mean copy and paste it over from other games. I'm going to start off with the weapon system. Now, I play in immersive mode, so I haven't personally, well, I have experienced it, but I don't play on the setting where you've got the sort of um, different variations of guns. You go from like the tiers of weapon that you have. I mean, this is just a rip-off of the Division. I didn't really want, I mean, in a Ghost Recon game, just like in real life, you don't have, say, like, an M4 and then another M4 and then the one is so much better than the other one, has more damage or whatever, or it just doesn't make any sense, because Ghost Recon, I like to play it as a very realistic game. The Division, it's a lot more, I'd say, the way I want to play the Division is a lot more arcadey, and Ghost Recon I want it to be more sort of mil-sim, very accurate to combat in real life. And obviously in combat in real life you don't have weapon tiers and stuff like that. Obviously there are upgrades you can do to weapons, but they don't make that much of a difference. The next problem I'm going to go over is the drones. Now, I feel like maybe the little flying ones could have been implemented. They're not too bad, but like massive sort of mechanical drones with a sort of Horizon Zero Dawn approach to the attack method of the drones, where you shoot certain points and to deal damage and stuff like that, and knock armor plates off. Horizon Zero Dawn did it so much better, and it's just really not suited to a Ghost Recon game. Especially with some of the drones having stupid amounts of health, like the behemoth drones with the smoke bomb attacks and stuff like that. They're just unrealistic. Well, it's unrealistic. I mean, the game's set in 2025. I don't think by 2025 we'll have drones which can launch mortars with poisonous smoke coming out of them. But yeah, I mean, that was another reason I didn't really enjoy this. Is when I'm tackling a base, I really just want it to be enemy targets. I mean, I like, this is good when they have a variety of enemy targets. Like in Conquest, you've got the invisible turning ones, so it's made a difference, and you've got the heavies where you have to shoot their helmets, you can't stealth kill them, stuff like that. There's definitely some stuff I enjoyed, but the drones is really an enemy I don't want to see in a Ghost Recon game. It maybe be fun in another game, but it needs to be done a lot better than just a few different types, like a couple of flying ones they've got, and then they've got like 4 of the same ground ones with just slight weapon variations, like some fire rockets, some fire grenades, some just have machine guns, and then you've got the big boy drones, the behemoths, and then you've got 2 varieties of that. One fires a normal mortar and one fires a smoke mortar. I mean, if you think about Horizon Zero Dawn for comparison, which has a similar thing where you fight machines and shoot certain points on them, the attack methods of the different machines and what you could do with them was so much better. Like, you could shoot a weapon off and then use it and stuff like that. It just made the game, it made that sort of gameplay mechanic work for the game. So yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to go over is the crafting system. Now, it's got that sort of, you collect plants and machine parts and stuff similar to Horizon Zero Dawn again. I think they've might have taken that game as a bit of inspiration, but you collect weapon and machine parts. You can then craft things, but each resource seems to most of them at least, have either no usage, like a lot of them don't craft anything, they don't do anything, or they craft one single thing. So you'll have like one machine part, you get in all the machines, and it's used to craft like one single type of grenade or something like that. It's just not well thought out. There's like, I'd say 200 different items you can pick up, and half of them are useless. And I mean, I've barely ever used the crafting system. The only thing I craft are bandages and syringes, because those are the only things I personally deplete. I mean, grenades, I just pick up around the place, and there's so many different types of grenades like EMP and this and that, and the ones I really only use are, I just use frag grenades really when I want to, or flashbangs most of the time, and other than that just healing items. It's the only things I really use from the item wheel. Some of them I've literally just realised I have, like there's this one where you can make the outcast send a missile strike. I only just worked out I had that one. There's this like cloaking spray from the drones, but that's been made useless by the stealth stuff you can get from the conquest mode. I don't know what it's called, it like a stealth device where it turns you invisible, and that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. That stealth device from conquest, till you've got it fully upgraded, it's basically useless because it runs out so quickly. You can basically just use it at the start to sneak past one enemy to get to another place where you can stealth kill enemies from. But once you fully upgraded it, it's vaguely useful, but again, it's a bit unrealistic. I mean, in real life, invisible, like, you can't make yourself optically transparent with a small box. I mean, maybe with a whole, like, if you look at the optically invisible enemies, they have like a whole suit of like screens where you can't, like they have a whole suit where I'm guessing there would be like a screen which displays what's behind them so you can't see them. I mean, that's vaguely understandable that that could work due to the fact screens can sort of fold, but a small box I don't think could make you optically transparent to all enemies, so that is a bit unrealistic. And yeah, that's basically the main problems I've had with it. I mean, there's always the vehicles, but that was in Wildlands as well. The vehicles in the game are just, I'd say, even worse than Wildlands. One, there's very few civilian vehicles because the map's pretty lifeless. There's no civilians around, so they don't really drive. So there's only, I would say, 2 civilian vehicles, and the rest of them are like off-road or military vehicles. And most of the military vehicles are just Mark II variants of the old one with more armour or a different weapon or a different camo paint job or something. And the driving physics on all of them is very, very similar and quite bad. It just doesn't feel like you're driving or riding a motorbike. It just doesn't feel like how it would in real life. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be like Forza or something with realistic like tyre temperature physics and stuff like that, but if they could just make it so that you could, I don't know, like feel like you're, like the driving's slightly realistic and the motorbiking slightly realistic, would just be great. And honestly, on top of that, now they've got a garage in your biovac where you can switch between cars you want to pull out. Maybe let us upgrade the cars. Don't know. It would be quite fun. I mean, again, it doesn't need to be as good as Forza, but you could maybe make a sort of GTA style thing where you can have EMS upgrades and gearbox upgrades, and it just ups the acceleration speed so we can feel a bit more, sort of have our own little personal vehicles that we like and stuff like that. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to say about this game. I have just noticed we've gone over 8 minutes, so I get to put mid-rolls in this video. I promise that wasn't intentional. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.